My name is Rajiv Nambiar and I'm here to place before you my review of the recently released boxing-centric film written and directed by PA.Ranjith titled Sarpatta Parambarai. Well, my review is divided into 7 segments with a conclusion. Now let us move into the first segment, which is casting. The actors cast in this particular flick, directed by PA.Ranjith, has been spot on. Be it Arya in the lead role or John Vijay as Daddy, who eventually plays a completely different role to what he is usually famous for as a villain, just brought out his versatility as an artist. In fact, he has sent across a very big message to directors and producers across the film industry that, boss, give me any role and I won't fail to impress for sure. Then you have Pasupati, who never fails to impress in any of his movies as the head coach of the Sarpatta clan of boxers. To put it straight, without any twists and turns, every actor featured in this blockbuster gave in their 110%, including the spectators. To be honest, the spectators who were in the shooting during the boxing bouts gave me, for one, a feel of really being there when the action scenes were being shot. Finally, to the women folk, be it Arya's mother or his beloved wife, and others who chipped in with their timely cameos, all I can say is it was just a fabulous display of acting talent. Now, regarding the casting, my score on a scale of 10 would be 9. Next is segment number 2, which is all about storyline. A simple story which had slots for pride, deceit, love, anger, comedy, discipline, hard work, motivation, inspiration, fear, action, and of course the most important, sportsmanship. It gave opportunity for loads of artists to come in and showcase the talents of authority. In fact, I can firmly say that this flick has given a chance for all the actors to get noticed by other producers, directors, and production houses. In other words, the storyline has set up the stage for the actors' further growth in the industry. PA.Ranjith and his crew should be humbly thanked by the actors profoundly for having been given the opportunity to showcase themselves. So, on a scale of 1 to 10 for the storyline, I would say my score is 8. The third segment is the action scenes. The stunt director Anbariv has done the best job possible. That is in my opinion. He has made it look 99% like a real boxing bouts happening right in front of us. Now, why did I leave that 1%? You must all be thinking. Well, that is because in real life, for example, when Muhammad Ali met George Foreman in the fight titled Rumble in the Jungle in 1974, there was no background music as well as edited pieces of the film displayed in front of the viewer. Thus, that 1% miss. Otherwise, Anbariv has indeed brought out nail-biting sorties of boxing in the movie. To add more weightage, if you look at boxing movies, you will find the hero and the villain only possessing chiseled bodies. But here you find that mostly all having fantastically chiseled bodies which actually made Arya's physique stand out from the others, especially in the last scene, if you recollect, where after winning he stands on the ropes and screams his lungs out. That made the difference. And Pa.Ranjith has done excellently well by making sure that the entire cast who fought in the ring had chiseled bodies so that he can make the protagonist stand out. Now, action scene can be stereotyped, wherein the hero always thrashes the opponent because he is the hero and wins the goodwill of the viewers. However, here I got to see the lighter side of an opponent in the guise of, I'm sure, favorite of all of you, the Dancing Rose, played by Shabir, out to outgun the protagonist who eventually loses but wins the hearts of the viewers, especially mine and many more, I am sure. To me, Shabir as a Dancing Rose was a surprise element in the entire movie, which, as they say, gave it a little kick of Josh while the movie marched towards becoming a blockbuster eventually. Well, the action scene segment, for me, my score from 1 to 10 is a 9. Welcome to segment number 4, where we are going to look at screenplay and dialogues. My review is going to be on screenplay and dialogues. Now, from the very beginning to the end, the movie was like a river flowing without any blockages or dams stopping the flow. Full marks to the screenplay director, who made me sit at the edge of my seat in anticipation as to what will happen next. For me, this screenplay was akin to Bhagiraj's screenplay, especially from the movie Sarpatta Parambarai, where Kamal and Sridevi were in the lead roles. Absolutely fantastic. Coming to the dialogues part, all I can say is it was apt and in place for every character in the movie. Special mention about the dialogues for Daddy, played by John Vijay in the movie, was absolutely in the flow and thoroughly hilarious, to put it plain. Finally, a big thank you to Pa.Ranjith for the extraordinary screenplay direction, and Tamil Prabha for the riveting dialogues to top it up, to make this movie a blockbuster. In this segment of screenplay and dialogues, my score on 1 to 10 is a 9. Segment number 5 is areas for improvement. What are the areas where, if improved, the movie could have been much, much better? A couple of areas are there I'm going to discuss with you now. The first area is the flow in which Arya's body transformation was brought out was a dampener for me, especially. For me, it was like an out of shape person suddenly becoming a chiseled person within a few minutes. I would have been happier if the director would have shown a frame by frame transformation, wherein Arya moves from the also-rans, the fat person, to a slightly slim person, then to a muscular person, and finally to a chiseled person. That would have actually been the icing on the cake. Because today's movies are big motivators for youngsters to change their lifestyle. This suggestion of mine would have surely moved many more to believe in themselves that if Arya can, from an undisciplined soul to a disciplined one, then we can too, with commitment, focus and hard work. And for that, the step-by-step transformation of Arya, if it was shown in the movie, would have been an excellent belief pusher for the youngsters of today. Then coming to the conclusion part, the end was rather abrupt, I felt, wherein I felt a scene could have been incorporated to infuse that boxing is a lovely sport and that enmity, hate, jealousy all comes to end once the boxing bout is over and when the winner is declared finally. I expected the protagonist Arya, after winning the match, walking up to Wembley, hugging him, bringing him to the center of the stage, and then showing the audience that today Kabilan did not win, or the Sarpatta clan did not win, but boxing won by lifting Wembley's hand. This would have left the audience on a different level and taken the goodwill of the protagonist Arya to a completely new high. And finally, only if this movie had, I repeat, only if this movie had been released on the giant screen in the theatres, it would have given an unbelievable feel for the viewers. I can bet every dime I have on this opinion of mine. I frantically hope after all the theatres open up, this movie is screened there, and I would certainly be one amongst the many who will see it again to get that feel I just highlighted about. Well, in segment number 5, areas for improvement, my score is 7 on 10. Segment number 6 is all about sportsmanship displayed in the film. It is here PA.Ranjith requests to be given a royal salute for his direction. If you look at most sport-related movies, you will find the hero showing to all what sportsmanship is all about, isn't it? Whereas here, PA.Ranjith made sure that sportsmanship came around from a totally opposite source, which actually made me realize the wavelength of the director. Let me take you to the initial bout between Kabilan and Wembley, wherein Kabilan is pulverizing Wembley, and when he is about to land the knockout punch on Wembley, a spectator throws a chair on Kabilan and all hell breaks loose. If you recollect the scenes, you will find Wembley rushing out with his team, and with Dancing Rose right in front of him, Dancing Rose turns around and shouts at Wembley and says, "This is not the way to fight," and angrily moves on. One instance of sportsmanship. Dancing Rose displayed that they were not fighting the opponents to win by hook or crook, but by sheer technique and power. Now, this was the beginning of PA.Ranjith's intention to showcase that sportsmanship can come from the opponents too, and just not the protagonist team members. Kudos on that, PA.Ranjith. To top it all, in the final fight, when Kabilan knocks out Wembley and restore the pride of the Sarpatta Parambarai clan, you will find Dancing Rose of the opposite camp telling Wembley, "Now this is how you should fight. I'm proud of you." What a way to display sportsmanship. In fact, this gave light to the old dictum that when you win, be humble, and when you lose, be graceful. Take pride in how you fought rather than what the result was. That was the basic inner message of Dancing Rose. Very well displayed by the director. Very well brought out rather by the director. This is where the movie for me was not only an all about boxing movie, but it was also about true sportsmanship, camaraderie and respect, which are the factors on which any sport, or rather sport, revolves and rests. Well, in this segment on sportsmanship, on a scale of 1 to 10, my score is 9.5. Well, segment number 7, the final segment, is all about unsung heroes, the behind the scene heroes of this particular film. I would fail in my review if I didn't highlight the importance of the music director, Santosh Narayanan, for his excellent composition of the background music, without which it would have not given that edge for this movie to become a blockbuster. Fantastic BGM, I would say, Santosh. Finally, what can I say about another unsung hero, Murali, the cinematographer? Now, I'm a firm believer of this famous adage that action speaks louder than words. Murali has actually lived up to this adage by bringing alive the whole movie, scene by scene, with grace and aplomb. He made sure that the entire movie moved as if I was watching a live boxing story unfold minute by minute right in front of my eyes. Murali, a job very well done, and hats off to you. For this particular segment, my score is 9.75. Well, in conclusion, all I can say is Sarpatta Parambarai, the blockbuster, has become a new genre in itself, which showcased loads of action, drama, and suspense, along with a profound message to each one of us, whether we are sports persons or not, is that in life, if you rest, you will rust. And PA.Ranjith has given the best example in the guise of the protagonist, Kablin, also known as actor Arya. Kudos to PA.Ranjith for this fantastic message in his movie. Well, my overall grading for the blockbuster entertainer from PA.Ranjith and crew is 8.75 on 10. And that means please go and watch this movie without fail. It's a gross entertainer in my opinion. Find it out for yourself without delaying even a minute. Hope you enjoyed my review of the Sarpatta Parambarai blockbuster. Do subscribe to my channel and I shall be back with more reviews of different movies in due course. Till then, take charge, eat healthy, exercise regularly, and last but not least, keep smiling. Until I'm back with another review, Jai Hind.